היה לי אבא ואימא. שנורא לדבר עליהם שהם אינם.
I had a mother and a father. It's hard to talk about it because my mother was shot and died at my feet. I was 6 years old. It was a foggy day when the German army trucks appeared. My dad grabbed us out of bed and took us out. We were 5 sisters. I was number 4. We all scattered. One of my older sisters and I ran together. We heard lots of shooting and I cried. My dad and 3 sisters were killed. My sister covered my mouth like this so I wouldn't make any sound. We managed to hide and later got away. We saw our home going up in flames. Much later, a Polish Christian woman took us in, fed us and treated us like her own. After the war, an uncle found us and placed us in an orphanage with other Jewish children who'd been saved by Christian families. We sailed to Haifa in November 1948.
נובמבר 48.
Death and suffering are engraved in the memories of Holocaust survivors like Esti, even 7 decades after the Nazis murdered her family. Today, 1/3 of Israel's 200,000 Holocaust survivors face severe poverty, illness, and live alone. They need help. In late 2009, Shimon Shabak, the director of an Israeli social organization, approached the aid department of the International Christian Embassy Jerusalem for support in a special housing project for needy Holocaust survivors. A week later, ICEJ Aid presented Shimon with a gift for the purchase of the ground floor of a 4-story building.
I moved here into the Haifa House for Holocaust Survivors in October 2010. It's so wonderful that the Christian Embassy prepared this place, and it's such a blessing. It's affordable for me, as I have limited means. You helped us, and so I want to thank those who thought about us, the Holocaust survivors.
ועל ניצולי שואה. תודה.
The doors to the Haifa House for Holocaust Survivors opened in an amazing way. Within 8 days of the opening of the ground floor, a campaign by the German branch of the ICEJ raised the funds to purchase the entire building. The dilapidated structure was quickly restored and made livable by Israeli builders and, among others, by volunteer teams sent by the German Saxonian Friends of Israel.
באתי לגור מ-1 בדצמבר.
I came to live here in December. I love this place and feel great here. The manager is wonderful. I'm 92 years old. I suffered a stroke a few months ago and was hospitalized for a week. After I got back here, they cared for me very well. The food is good. The care is good. For me, this is like paradise. Binyamin lost his family in the Holocaust. This home is an expression of Christian love in healing the scars of the past. The House for Holocaust Survivors is the first of its kind in Israel, attracting the attention of top Israeli leaders and the mass media.
החבירה עם השגרירות הנוצרית ובעיקר עם השלוחה הגרמנית היא גם כן דבר יוצא דופן ואני מברך על כך. I would like to thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's so important, not just the money and the support, but the intention and the idea that you are here and you are doing so good and necessary job. So thank you very, very much for what you are doing.
In April 2010, the ground floor with an attractive dining and recreational area was officially opened. 5 months later, the entire home was dedicated in a huge ceremony with dignitaries and 2,000 survivors invited to the Haifa Convention Center. At the ceremony, the ICEJ presented an additional check for the purchase of another building on the same street. Now the full length of Haifa's Kassel Street is taken up by the Homes for Holocaust Survivors. In April 2011, the second home was opened by the ICEJ directors, government officials, and the chief rabbi of Haifa.
And those people which you see here, it's the first time in their life they are celebrating their own bar mitzvah. The chief rabbi of the city of Haifa came to give them their blessing, and it's a very emotional procedure here today for those gentlemen.
These men waited 70 years to celebrate their bar mitzvahs. The coming-of-age Torah reading ceremony is usually marked by boys at age 13. However, 70 years ago, in their youth, they were inmates of concentration camps and therefore unable to joyously celebrate with family and friends. Today, that opportunity has finally arrived. Time is running out for the Holocaust survivors. ICEJ Aid is committed to maintaining a high level of care for these aging residents in their waning years. So adopt a Holocaust survivor.
There are still about 200,000 Holocaust survivors still living in Israel today. And of those, 80,000 live in loneliness and in poverty. And that's why it is a wonderful thing that today we were able to dedicate this home. And here you see one of the rooms where Holocaust survivors will live and will receive loving care. Many are already very old, and therefore we ask you to help us, to help many more of those needy Holocaust survivors. Fill our hands so we can continue to help hundreds more.